We are so close to the honky tonk. You're gonna have 3 really fun sessions here, really quick, more of a speed round. You're gonna get a ton of information coming at you before we have the close for the day. So the first up is me. I'm Liz Neligan, the VP of Media Strategy, and talking about KPIs that truly drive results. And Katie, when she was up here doing her panel, she had made that comment of, do people even know what a KPI is? And it's that reminder of, that's the key performance indicator. That's how I gauge how well my campaigns are doing. So it's always a nice reminder to make sure that we've got that as well. So in order to start off, I just want to know that your marketing strategy is really informed largely based on your business goals and how you can best accomplish them. So it's important to iron out your marketing strategy. I know. I'm very proud of the images here. All right, I promise this slide, though, is going to be the only one that has all of these words, and if you're looking at it and you feel a little bit overwhelmed and you're seeing all these media and marketing acronyms and you don't even know where to start, and you see CTR, CPA, CPM, CPC when you're talking about performance, or you've got OTT, FEP, SEO, SEM when you're talking about media tactics, it really is overwhelming. So I don't know if anyone saw that, and then this is what they felt of just staring off into the abyss. Granted, it is a very pretty abyss, but that is sometimes what we feel too when we're working with our partners of, where do I even begin? So I promise you are going to walk out of here with some very super helpful tips in order to make sure that you know what KPIs best drive your business results. So the first we're going to talk about are door swings, which is my favorite way of using store visits. So this is a really nice way to directly measure the effectiveness of your campaigns based on driving physical foot traffic to your service, your locations, your sales, any of those storefronts. So it really helps to bridge the gap between media exposure and that in-person consumer behavior. And we've got some really nice examples using some of the brands that are sitting in this very room. So at dinner, I want you to find each other and talk about these things too. And the first we're going to talk about is Echo, who is a leader in outdoor power equipment. Can anyone guess what media tactic is really great for them at driving store visits? I'll give you a hint. Whoop. Maybe I won't give you a hint. Don't see.
Where there's outdoor work to be done, there's Echo Outdoor Power Equipment. Echo products deliver the reliability, quality, and performance you need to tackle everything on your outdoor to-do list. From chainsaws and string trimmers to leaf blowers and edgers, Echo's full range of pro-grade outdoor power tools are built to meet the demands of outdoor work. Visit us today, your local Echo dealer. Learn more at echo-usa.com. Echo, power on and on.
Did anyone guess streaming audio? Yeah, we had a few? All right. It's one of those, I like to say this, it's one of those that's so obvious, it's brilliant. And that's the reason of why it works so well, is because, think about it, our key audience of who we're trying to target are landscapers. They're spending time in their cars, traveling from location to location. This is a nice way to make sure that we're meeting them as they're consuming that media. And streaming audio has a 34% store visit conversion rate, which is 8 times higher than display. So it works very, very well. The second one we're going to talk about is ROAS, or better known as return on ad spend. So this is a really ideal metric to use when you see what your campaign investment is compared to the revenue that's generated. So how much the campaign is earning for every dollar that's spent. Anything above a 1 is a positive return, and there's ways to really use this to be successful within brands. So I'm gonna get you a little bit hungry, and we're gonna talk about Duck Donuts. And they wanted to drive in-store traffic, online orders, brand engagement. They really gave us quite the long list of things to accomplish for them. And what we did is set up a nationally targeted, always-on digital approach. And we did this through paid search, both targeting brand and non-brand keywords, and then using location modifiers like near me. We also had paid social through Meta, Facebook, and Instagram, and used interest targeting for people who are treat lovers. I always like that audience segment. And then lookalike audiences, which really showcase that high-value customer, and then geo-targeted 5 miles around each of the store locations. And we saw some pretty impressive growth here. So we ended with a 6.37 ROAS, which was 46% higher year over year. All right, the next KPI is engagement. And no, he did not go to Jared. That is not the type of engagement that we're going to talk about. We are going to be talking about social engagements. So this really is those likes, comments, shares, saves, everything that helps to inform more brand affinity and trust and loyalty from that consumer side, from your audience. This is a nice way, too, to see what strategies are resonating with your customers. So we're going to head over to one of our telecommunications clients, and they wanted to help increase their agents' social engagement rates, and we introduced the concept of spotlight posts. So this was a way for us to highlight employees, customers, new products that they had, anything that they wanted to launch or showcase within that local market. And we also had impressive results for this too. I had to write this one down. We had a 4,500% higher average engagement per post than non-spotlight posts. And then we had a 512% higher average reach per post than non-spotlight posts. It was a really great way to tie in that local consumer from their audience base and make sure that we're hitting and targeting them the right way. I've got one more for you too. So anyone that was here last year probably knows I love to end with our alcohol brands. So I do have a really fun example here as well from our final KPI that drives results, but it's sometimes the hardest to gauge, and that's brand awareness. So brand awareness takes both qualitative and quantitative data together, and what we can show are impressions. So this is a nice way for a brand to see how is it recognized and what's the recall that they have from a consumer, which ultimately informs their purchase decisions and long-term growth. So this might not be a surprise because you probably all were at the breakout today and heard about the Premier Lacrosse League and what we do with Rebel Bourbon, so you'll see some fun examples here too. But we helped Rebel Bourbon and the Premier Lacrosse League really showcase that brand. They were able to bring this and have that genuine connection from the loyalty perspective. But I feel like I can't do it justice, so I am going to show you the partnership announcement video.
I'd like to propose a toast to the ones that scored by reinventing,
swinging out front, the one-handed shot, he scores.
that roared by being unrelenting, and soared by breaking the status quo. They're the greatest rebels we know. Until us. Listen, these guys are legends, but pro lacrosse today is even sicker. It's crazier. Louder.
Swagger and arrogant. Let's get it done.
And rowdier.
Look out. Flags aren't the only thing flying here.
Today we raise a glass to the rebels that changed the game, so we can change it too.
I would have loved to have been there for that recording. But it really is such a fun video, and It truly matched the brand from the Rebel Bourbon audience. And what we wanted to showcase was, what is visibility like for doing this type of partnership? And we had really great results here. There was 887 million impressions, which far exceeded what we had planned. And it yielded a media value of 2.3 million, which was 4 times the cost of the partnership in general. So really good to see that doing these types of experiential or events can really help tie in that brand from a loyalty perspective. So I hope you take this as your sign to refine, tailor, evaluate your media and marketing strategies, and just make sure that you've got the right KPIs driving to the right campaigns that you have in market. So I did lie a little bit earlier. I'll give you one more slide that does have a lot of words. These are more of your cheat sheets here. So we talked about those door swings, the store visits. So really the effectiveness of driving that physical foot traffic to the store or service location. We have a return on ad spend here, which helps to showcase the campaign investment from the dollar spent to the revenue generated. We've got those organic social engagements, the likes, comments, shares, saves, really helps to indicate how your brand is perceived within the market from a brand affinity or loyalty or trust side, and then brand awareness, which is our impressions. So how can you influence those future purchase decisions and make sure that we are staying top of mind with our customers?